Can you check whether I recorded? I'm too scared. It happened like 2 weeks ago. Can you check whether I recorded or not? Yes? Is it? Did I record it? I think so. Okay, I think, yeah, okay, right. Okay, now, for this chapter, okay, settle down, happy? Right, let's start. Okay, so for this topic, yeah, so we talk about the forex market. Okay, let's try. All right, it's working now. Okay, so what is forex market? Okay, first, forex market provides the physical, or we call it platform. Yeah, so platform and institutional structure through which the currency of one country is exchanged for that of another country. So meaning to say that it's a platform where the parties can exchange from currency A to currency B, or maybe A to B and B to C, or maybe multiple exchange. Yeah. So, and also the second point, the determination rate of exchange between currencies. Okay, and the third one is where forex transactions are completed between parties. And later we have markets, whether it's wholesale market and clients market, that's between different parties, between dealers and dealers and dealers and clients. That one later on, huh? Yeah. So that one is what the forex market could offer. Yeah, the place where we are able to determine the exchange rate between the pairs. Okay, and also when we define the forex allows the exchange of one currency for another currency at a specified rate. So this one is quite similar to the blue color on top. Yeah. So meaning to say the exchange one currency to another currency, from currency A to currency B. And that the transaction in the forex market is when an agreement between a buyer and seller. Okay, it could be between dealer and also client, or between dealer and also dealer, where one party serves as the dealer, one party serves as the client, even though there are dealers and between banks. Yeah. A fixed amount of one currency will be delivered for some other currency at a specific rate. Yeah. So the second point. Okay, so this one is an example. Okay, the needs. Okay, where we need to exchange from one currency to another currency. So as you can see, it's not a simple explanation, and it's a simple one. Yeah. So a US importer, okay, requires 10,000 pounds. Yeah. So GBP, British pounds. Okay, British pound, to pay supplier in the UK. So meaning to say that put yourself as the importer, that your own currency is definitely USD. Am I right? So it happens that the payment, okay, or the invoice is quoted in, not in your currency, instead in USD, but instead in British pound. So somehow you know that you have to exchange from USD, that your home currency is, to foreign currency. In this case, the foreign currency is British pound, GBP. Okay? So this is where the forex transaction, just a simple one. Yeah. Importer's home currency is dollar. Okay, while payment required is in pound. So we need to exchange, okay, the amount of USD that equivalent to 10,000 British pound, where when we're able to convert that, we need to say that we're able to pay to the supplier, the British supplier. Yeah, so we assume, yeah, so this is the one. So you pay to the Bank of America, okay, the amount of the USD 12,500, that's equivalent to 10,000. So in order to get the equivalent, yeah, so this is the exchange rate. So USD 1.25 against British pounds, and then once you convert from USD to British pound 10,000, yeah, which is the same amount of the invoice, then you can pay to the suppliers. So the forex happens over here. Yeah. Now, the functions of forex market. First, okay, first, transfer purchasing power between countries, international trade and capital transaction. Usually, yeah, so each party usually wants to deal with its own currency. Okay, for example, I'm Malaysian. It's easier for me if everything is quoted in Malaysian ringgit, so I don't have to exchange or I don't have to do the conversion between my currency to another currency. But in reality, international transaction is not. Okay, it's not that way, where you have to exchange from currency A to currency B. Yeah, so meaning to say that normally, okay, we prefer our own currency. Okay, but since one party, okay, need to, not to say need to sacrifice, it's just that a matter of somehow the payment must be quoted in currency X. The currency X either could be my currency or the other party's currency. So if the currency X is quoted under my currency, so you transfer the exchange to another party. So meaning to say that that party needs to, that's the function, yeah, okay, transfer function of the purchasing power between countries. Yeah. Second, the credit function provide credits for international trade transaction. So for this one, something like it's related to, actually it's related to your last chapter, yeah, international trades, where it's related to bankers acceptance and also LOC, letter of credit, and so on. Okay, it also facilitates the credit function. Yeah, and then also hedging function. Hedging is to protect, speculate to earn profit. Okay, so when we talk about the hedging function, meaning to say that it provides instrument utilized in hedging or transferring risk to more willing parties. Okay, so meaning to say that first, purchasing power, second, to ease the international transaction, third, to transfer the risk or to minimize the risk. Yeah. So remember, yeah, that's the function of hedging. You try to minimize the risk, yeah, by taking a certain strategies. Okay, one of it is by using this trade strategy that involve exchange rate or currency. Now, so this one is just like the information, yeah. So trading session. Global forex market today is undergoing seismic change, meaning that rapid change, okay, time, place, participants, purpose, and instruments. So actually, this one is not that important. It's just that for the sake of your knowledge, yeah. So the exchange rate usually start in here, and then after that in Tokyo, London, and then the last one in New York. Okay, so this section is more to cater for Asian clients. Okay, and it's not that easy. It's not that easy. And but this one more like Western and also all, yeah. So because of time difference, this one based on GMT. Greenwich time zone. Okay. So there are 4 main trading sessions. Sydney starts with Sydney, Tokyo, London, and it ends in New York. Yeah. So this one is just a pretty basic. Now, the forex market consists 2 tiers. First, the interbank and wholesale markets. So this one multiples of this one. Okay, multiples of USD 1 mil or equivalent in transaction. So this one between banks. Okay, it's between banks, bank A and bank B. They do the transactions between them. Yeah, for example, you need to do the exchange. Okay, and then for example, you want to go for a holiday, and then you go to the money changer, for example. Then it goes to this part. Okay, S is for client or retail market. Specific, smaller amount. Okay, so I repeat once again. So the interbank or wholesale market is between dealers and dealers, between banks and banks. Okay, usually it's the amount is quite large. Okay, and then the market also quite large. They are market makers, or we call it liquidity providers. Yeah, smaller center. Okay, between client and retail markets. Okay, between banks and maybe for the clients and maybe individuals and so on. Yeah. Now, market participants. Participants in the forex market include liquidity seekers, okay, for commercial purpose, and profit seekers for profit purpose. So I think I have notes over here. Let me see. Okay, nothing. Okay, just that liquidity seekers to secure currency for transactions. Okay, and then the profit seekers to earn profit. The difference between price A and price B between different periods or between different rates. Okay, and then the purpose is to earn profit. Okay, so 5 broad categories of institutional participants operate in the markets: banks and non-banks. So this is the major one. Individuals and MNPs or businesses, okay, conducting commercial and investment transactions, speculators and arbitrageurs, central banks and treasuries, and forex brokers. Okay, so the obvious is profit seekers, definitely speculators and arbitrageurs, definitely. Yeah. So one by one. Bank and non-banks forex dealers. Yeah. So profit, okay, banks earn profit by buying forex at big price and resell at a slightly high as price. Okay, so now starting from like for this lecture, you're going to see bid price and ask price. Okay, bid price is the price that you're willing to buy, ask price is the price that you're willing to sell for that particular currency. For example, like currency X. Okay? For banks, how they earn profit? They buy forex at bid and sell it with higher ask price. The difference between bid price and ask price, we call it spread. And then this spread determines the profit. The bigger the spread, the higher the profit. Yeah? Bank and a few banks forex dealers operate in interbank and client markets. Remember that just now we learned about these 2 things, yeah, 2 markets, yeah. So dealers in forex department are of large international banks are often function as market makers. What is market makers? Or we call it liquidity providers. What is market makers, guys? Anyone? Market makers? Anyone? Market makers? Market makers? Huh? What? Dealer? Well, explain more. they offer buy and sell, okay? But they offer buy and sell and do transaction for their own accounts. Yeah? So meaning that they offer big price, they offer us price. So meaning that they offer to, okay, to the clients. So meaning that they are market makers. And then they do transaction of these two prices for their own accounts. Okay? Currency trading is profitable sources of income for major banks, collecting 10 to 20% of average of their annual incomes. So the contributions are of this exchange rate, transaction. Number 2, individuals and firms. For example, importers, exporters, or maybe investors, portfolio investors, MNBs, tourists. For example, you want to go for a holiday, and others use forex market to facilitate the executions of commercial or investment transaction. Okay, so for commercial, maybe tourists. Okay, for investment, portfolio investors, and so on. Yeah, so they engage in exchange the currency A to currency B, and then forex facilitate this, okay, transaction. Some of these participants use market to hedge forex rate risks, especially MNE. Okay, especially MNE. Okay, to participate. First, they exchange. Second, for investment in order to seek for profit. Third, it could be for market for hedges. Okay, for hedges, meaning to say it could be for MNE. Yeah, for example, they have receivables of vehicles where the transaction will be executed in the future, maybe 3 months' time or 6 months from now. Okay, and then spot rate during that maturity is unknown. Yeah, we cannot determine it now. We can forecast, but it might be a wrong forecasting. So in order to eliminate or to reduce the risk, you can engage hedging strategies. Okay, by exchange the exchange rate, and also that we're going to learn, money market hedge, forward market hedge. So that one we reserve for the chapter, I think 9. Chapter 9. Interesting topic. Okay. So next, speculators and arbitrageurs seek to profit from trading within the market itself for their own. Okay, for their own. They operate for their own interests without the need or obligation to serve clients or ensure a continuous market. Okay, so it means that they do the transaction for themselves. It's not for their clients. It's not because they are market makers. No, they are not. Okay, it's just that for themselves. Basically, to earn profit. They are profit seekers. Yeah? Do not need to maintain inventories of foreign exchange. Yeah? Simply take long or short position, whether sell or whether to buy. Whether you sell or you buy. And the difference, I think you know it already, the difference between speculators and arbitrageurs. Yeah? Speculators seek all their profit from exchange rate changes from period A to period B, and they are willing to wait, hoping their expectation is correct. For example, I believe the price will increase within 3 weeks. So I buy now, okay, when the price is still low. Okay, I hold it, keep it for 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, I sell it with the higher prices that I expected last 3 weeks. I mean, like, based on the speculations, yeah? However, arbitrageurs try to profit simultaneously on the spot. Yeah? Simultaneous differences in the exchange rate in the different markets. For example, at the same time, I buy this I buy at this price, and at the same time, after I convert directly, I sell in another market at different prices. So the difference is my profit. meaning that simultaneously, okay, on the spot at the same time. 4, this one definitely not for profit seekers, more on to stabilize the value of the exchange. Remember the last 2 weeks, we keep talking about remember the interventions, direct interventions, okay, the government buy and sell the currency in order to, based on their objective to strengthen the currency or to weaken the currency. So this is the one, okay, one of the objective and one of the party that talking for the past 2 weeks. Use the market to acquire or spend their country's foreign exchange reserves as well as to influence. Remember reserve? They use the reserve to buy or sell forex. Okay, use the reserve to buy and sell the currency, as well as to influence the price or the exchange rate risk. The exchange rate, at which their own currency is traded. Support the value of their currency because of their government's policy or obligation, depending on their monetary policies and also usually monetary law. Motive is, as I mentioned just now, motive is not to earn profit as such, but rather to influence the forex value. In this case, remember the terms revaluation and devaluation. Remember that you learned last week? So this is the one, depending on the objective. To strengthen, revalue. Okay, to weaken, devalue. Okay, who does this? The central bank, the monetary authorities. So what is the purpose? Is it to earn profit? No, it is not. It's more on to stabilize. Okay? In a manner that it will benefit the interests of their citizens. Yeah? And then brokers of course are just like middlemen, to facilitate between party A and party B. And then how they earn profit is on commission, that's all. Yeah? Okay, so far is it alright? Is there any question? No? Okay. So transaction within the forex can be executed on the basis of, okay, so you have spot transaction, number 1, number 2, forward transaction, and number 3 is swap. This one not swap that you have a specific topic. That swap is interest rate swap. This one just currency swap, forex swaps. It is a simple swaps. Okay, let's go for number 1 first. Spot transaction, or we call it spot rate. Okay, spot rate. Spot rate is something we call it immediate. Okay, so for example, how much is the price? 3 ringgit. So for like 3 ringgit is like spot, something like that. Yeah. So spot transaction, single transaction involving the exchange of 2 currencies at a rate agreed on the date of the contract for value or delivery, cash settlement within 2 business days. So, as you can see, on Tuesday, April 9, 2019, Bank X sells USD 10 million for Japanese yen at the spot rate of Japanese yen 111.125 against USD. So meaning to say, under spot transaction, I'll write it down. Okay, so bank X. Can you see? Cannot. Turn the lights on. Okay. There is no switch here. Can we try? Okay. I know it's quite dark. I don't like it. Yes, please help us. Ah, better. I can see. Okay, thank you. But still can see? Still cannot. Okay, higher. Never mind. Next week, I bring my, like drawing pad. But I keep forgetting. That's the thing in my room. So okay, bank X. What's the number? Cannot see it. Okay, all right. So USD 10 mil. Okay, for Japanese yen, 2 Japanese yen at the spot rate of Japanese yen 111.125 against USD. Meaning to say that $1 of USD is equivalent to Japanese yen 111 and 125. Okay, the exchange, not the exchange. $1 is equivalent to 111.125 cents Japanese yen. Okay, and then this one $1. But now you have 10 million USD. So you have to exchange. Yeah? So no money changes hands on April 9, 2019. So after 2 days, okay, so this one basically the theoretical part. Okay, but usually in the calculation, we don't have to wait for that 2 days, two working days, just that straight away. Okay, depending like if and we're talking about the spot rate for today. Okay, you don't have to do, but this one is for the concept, yeah, for the concept. So on Thursday, April 11, 2019, Bank X pay USD 10 million USD transfer in the US and Bank X received. Okay, as you can see, 1 billion. Okay. And its branch in Tokyo transfer in Japan. So how to do this? USD 1 million, and then you have Japanese yen 111.125 against USD. So USD at the front, USD at the back. Is it? You have to multiply. If same location, you divide. Different location, multiply. So in this case, USD here at the front, USD at the back, different location. So times. Okay. Later we have specific that. We have specific section for this. It's just an example of how to come up with this. Okay? Not all the time. The thing here in examination, you tend to multiply everything. You tend to multiply of everything. No. Check the sequence of the currency between the pairs. Okay? Sometimes I know that you know the steps, but you silap. Supposedly you need to divide, but just because you think, oh, everything you need to multiply, then you multiply. Wrong. Then the rest. Wrong. Okay? So get used to it. Get used to it, yeah? But later we have exercise. So you familiarize it, yeah? So now, so that one is for spot transaction. Forward transaction, a delivery at the future value date of a specified amount of one currency for a specified amount of another currency. So actually, the meaning is the number 2. The meaning is number 2. A contract to buy or sell a fixed amount of foreign currency at a specific date in the future at the price forward rate agreed upon now and not change, regardless the spot rate during that time. Okay, the exchange rate established at the time of the, okay, before I go to point number 3. Do you understand what is forward rate? Yes or no? Okay? Okay, so make it this way, simple. I deal with her. Okay, I deal with her. Saying that if you want to buy, okay, this one is not nothing to do with exchange rate, but the concept only. Okay, let's say she is interested to buy this, but only available next month. And instead of we just wait during that time, okay, the value of this time, I just like, okay, never mind. So next month when you get your salary, okay, pay at this amount, 1050 ringgit. Okay, so we need to say we already locked the price to be used in the future. The future here is next month. Okay, so we need to say that we lock the price. Doesn't matter, for example, after a month after that, actually it's not 50 ringgit. The price is maybe said, okay, the value that is reserved for that particular time is 70 ringgit. So that 70 ringgit will make so-called like spot rate during that time. We don't use that. We use the one that we agreed, as you can see that the agreement. So meaning that regardless the price or the spot rate during that time at maturity, okay, you're going to use the price that we lock. So basically, can we call it that it can be used for our protection? Yes, it is. It depends. Actually, yes, you can use, but you're also open to losses. Okay, for example, your expectation is wrong. Okay, you're afraid of the appreciations of that currency. And because of that, I want to lock using forward rate. In fact, instead of appreciation, depreciation, meaning that actually you can get more. Okay, but yes, you can use for as protection. Or we call it, you can use for hedging motive, or maybe we can use also for speculation or speculative motive. For speculation motive, you're going to cover in derivatives, chapter 7. Okay, very easy topic, interesting as well. So forward rates are usually quoted at 1 month, 2, 3, 6, and 12 months. Yeah. So as you can see, this one is just example. Nissan enters into a forward contract with the Bank of America today to sell Japanese yen 350 million at 1 month. Forward rate to the Bank of America. So forward rate, so we lock the price, okay, at Japanese yen 125 per dollar. Okay, so in 1 month, so we need to say that today there is no exchange of the value, which is an agreement where you lock between parties. In this case, Nissan and also Bank of America. Just lock, no exchange of the value. It's just that a month after that, yeah, as you can see, okay, in 1 month, Nissan delivers the Japanese yen and receive 2.8 million. Okay, so here, how to get this? 2.8, 350 million divided by 125. Why divide? Can you see that same location? At the front, at the front. Just now, you asked me at the front, you asked me at the back. You have 2 times. Now, Japanese yen at the front, Japanese yen at the front. So you have to divide. So 350 divide 125. Then definitely you will get 2.8 million. Okay? So this one, I don't know if you, I noticed there is an error. Okay, if you downloaded the slides before this morning, so you can correct it lah. But if you just download it, so you get the recent one. So you check. If not, if you get the old version, so change this. Yeah, change this. If it's remain, then you remain lah. Okay? Because I uploaded this in week 2, kan? Week 2, I think. Week 2. Then when I checked this morning, I noticed that I haven't changed or I haven't corrected it. Okay? So this one just example 2. I think it's quite similar actually. So a contract to deliver dollars for pounds in 6 months and forward rate of the USD 1.8435 against British pound. Okay? So 1 pound equivalent 1.38 and 35 USD. The essence of the forward transaction is, so today you enter the contract where you agree between parties to sell USD and buy British pound in 6 months. So in 6 months later, then you execute the transaction. This one is just agreement. You agree that you lock this to be used 6 months later. Then after 6 months, you execute. Yeah, where you sell USD, okay, at forward rate 180, okay, 6 months, yeah, and receive British pound. So this one there is no amount, okay. So if the amount, if there is an amount involved, then you check whether you need 2 times or 1 time. Yeah, but this one does not involve the initial investment. So it is the rates that you want to talk about. And then swap. So we have 3: spot swap, and then non-delivery forward, NDF. Okay, swap, the simultaneous purchase and sale of a given amount of forex for 2 different value dates. And then the first one you have is spot forward, meaning to say that you exchange the difference between spot and forward rate simultaneously. Okay, so example, this one the most common. Okay, so most common type of forex swap. So example, dealer buys British pound 100,000 in the spot market at the USD 1.8420. Okay, or against British pound, and simultaneously sells British pound 100,000 back to the same bank in the forward market at the forward rate of 1.8435 USD per British pound per pound. So meaning to say, for this spot forward, yeah, they engage the spots. Once you engage that, so meaning to say here, from USD to British pound 100,000. Okay, I write it down. I'll write it down better. Is it? I don't know lah. Oh, here. Okay. Oops, alamak, why? Ayo, cannot stop lah. Why? Oh no. Ayo, don't touch that, don't touch. I don't want to call the technician everything. It's time consuming, so never mind, I'm not overlook. Too small, I mean the space, yeah? Never mind, I'll try my best. Let's try. But we have exercise later again. How about you use this? I write it down first. This one is just example, not based on the quotation. So by okay, at the price of USD 1.8420 against British pound. Can you determine how much USD that we need? Can you determine how much USD that we need? That equivalent to British pound 100k. Is it 100k? Yes, it is. Can you determine? Yes. Okay, then please. Calculate.
100.
Sorry?
184,000.
184 USD, yeah? Okay, I don't need enough space. One eight four 200. Okay? So you are using spot rate. And after that, so meaning that this is the USD that you have to prepare in order to exchange for British pound 100k by using spot, S-P-O-T, spot. And after that, you exchange. Okay, I put like this so you can see the figure. Then you exchange where you're willing to sell back to the USD. By using forward rate that you lock. Okay, so USD 1.8435 against British pounds. Okay, so how much do you get? $184,350. Am I right? Simultaneously. The difference between this is your profit. You start with 184,200, and then you change. You sell the USD that you have to British pound by using spot rate, and then once you exchange simultaneously, use forward rate that you lock, okay, and convert back to your home currency. In this case, USD, okay, meaning to say your profit is $150. I mean, like if you want to talk about the profit, so this is the example. Yeah. Oops. Now, after that, you have And after that, you have the second one. Okay, there is no example for this one. So okay, so go back. Forward. The purchase, meaning that you use two different forward at two different maturity. Yeah. So definition: the purchase of sales. The second one. The purchase sales of foreign currency at a short maturity against the sales or purchase, depending, okay, on the same amount of foreign currency for a longer maturity forward. So meaning to say that, yeah, as you can see, forward, the two rates of forward rates, but with different maturity. One, as you can see, sell British pound at 3 months forward, and then you buy back with a longer duration of 6 months forward. So this is what we call forward line. Okay? And then C, non-deliverable forward, NDF. Actually, the outcome is quite similar to forward. Yeah, the outcome quite similar with forward. Okay, why we call it non-deliverable forward? Because there are few distinctions between not to say traditional, it's just like conventional forward and also NDF. Yeah, possess similar characteristic and documentation requirements as traditional forward contracts. Okay, except they are settled only in USD. Yeah, the foreign currency being sold forward or bought forward is not delivered. Meaning to say, okay, it maybe looks like confusing, so that's why I come up. Not to say I come out lah. Okay, so there is an example here. I mean, the explanation is fine. I mean, this one is the simple one. This one is easy to understand. But before that, let's treat the example first. In 1 year, a Chinese exporter will receive 1 million USD from the US buyers. So meaning to say the Chinese exporter will receive USD. But the currency of this Chinese exporter is renminbi, okay, or we call it yuan. Yeah. So meaning to say, somehow you have to exchange the USD that you receive to your own currency. Okay, because our own currency is not USD. Yeah? So, the trader is primarily concerned with the renminbi proceeds and it's apprehensive about the potential appreciations of renminbi. The NDF forward rate is renminbi 6.2968 against USD or yuan, we can call it yuan. Yeah? So the official currency is called renminbi, but the unit is what we call yuan. Okay, or like, you know, pounds and sterling. Actually, they are the same thing. It's just that official versus the unit that we call. Yeah, so I just call it, whether I call it yuan or renminbi, it's the same thing. So the explanation may be like susah. I mean like but let's illustrate this by taking this, yeah, the position. Okay? NDF, you take the difference between the spot rate at maturity and the rate of NDF. The difference is covered by the NDF. So meaning to say it's quite similar to forward then. Okay, so why instead of taking forward, they take this non-deliverable forwards? Okay, I will explain it. Usually there are three main factors, okay, why certain countries use this. Yeah, but let's talk about the calculation first. As I mentioned, that the difference between the settlement is covered by the rate of the NDF. Yeah, so first, spot settlement. So, for example, the spot rate. So 1 million, and then since different location between the USD, so you need to multiply somehow. Okay, then you will get renminbi 6,100,000 189,500, which is less than what you expected. And kalau, for example here, if you only take this, you don't use the NDF rate, you get less than what you expected. Perhaps this is the one. Yeah, this indicates the dealer has guaranteed a USD value of 6,296,800. So this one, if they use the transaction of NDF. But if you don't use this rate, okay, and just accept whatever the spot rate 1 year from now, then you will get less than what you expected to get, isn't it? It's less. Faham ke? Very good. Okay, so then this like so-called lost. So to counter the difference, we use the rate. So we need to say that we don't use 100% the forward rate that we use. For example, forward rate, you lock, and then you use the forward rate 100%, regardless the spot rate during that maturity or not. In this case, you take the difference between these two. Okay, but at the end of the day, you still use the amount of this NDF. Yeah. So this is the one used under NDF, and then minus with the difference. Okay, and then you cover this. Okay, so the net position, then you will get okay, so the forward settlement, the rate, and then you minus with this, then the difference, okay, the difference between this one, yeah, you minus these two, the difference is covered by the forward settlement under the NDF rate. So basically, as you can see, as shown, okay, a Chinese trader successfully hedged its receivables without using the conventional forward rate. Yeah, NDF are conceptually very much the same as the standard instrument. The only difference is found upon settlement. Why is that? Because you have to wait until we know the spot rate during that time. Then take the difference. Yeah, NDF are common to companies with foreign operations in emerging market areas. Okay, so now this is the interesting one. The difference between conventional forwards and also NDF. Okay, first, I would say the implementation. You can write it down. If you want, you write it down. If not, then it's fine. Okay, the first one is about the implementation. Yeah, so for NDF, yeah, we account for the difference, as I mentioned just now, between the spot, the maturity, the spot at the maturity, and also the NDF that is settled by cash. You can see the settled by cash difference. Yeah. Meanwhile, forward physically deliver the currency at forward rate. Okay. First, we talk about the settlement. Forward rate, like a physical delivery. Okay, based on the forward rate. Meanwhile, NDF, the difference between the NDF rate and also spot, NDF and also spot. Number two, the difference is settlement currency. NDF usually is settled with USD. Meanwhile, forward rate, any convertible currency. Usually whole currency, for example, you want to engage between USD and Malaysian Ringgit. So we need to say that you just exchange between Malaysian Ringgit and also USD. Or maybe between Malaysian Ringgit and Sing Dollar. So it can be used for conventional forward. But for NDF, it's only settled with universal currency USD. Third one, this is the main point, the restriction. The restriction. Usually forward rate, there is no restriction. But the country, especially kalau Asia, Philippines, the they use a lot of this NDF. You can read more if you want, yeah? I don't want to go further over there. Usually because of the restriction of the currency that you cannot convert. For example, USD usually all countries can use USD. And for example, Philippine peso, yeah? They want to exchange with Malaysian ringgit, perhaps during that time. Okay, you cannot convert. Okay, because of the restriction, certain restriction applied for the governments. But they want to engage this based on these receivables and payables. Meaning to say that in this case, they cannot use forward rate. Somehow, they can use NDF by engaging using USD. Okay, usually because of the restriction. Some countries, they restrict certain currency, meaning to say that not all currency are considered as convertible currency. Yeah, meanwhile, forward rate we can use. Okay, any currency, usually home currency and then the foreign currency. Okay, in this case, your home currency and US. Usually because of the restriction. Yeah. So that's the reason why, even though it's basically it's quite similar, you can see that in fact if you use forward rate also, you can get 6296800. You still can use that. But somehow they use the settle between cash settlement and also NDF settlement, forward settlement. Yeah, as you can see, as shown, Chinese traders successfully hedge receivables. Conceptually, it's very much standard similar. Okay, but why they use it? Based on these three. Okay, based on these three factors. The factors are due to the implementation, the differences, settlement currency, and the third one because of the restriction. Usually it's applied in developing countries. Yeah? Now, Forex rate. The price of one currency expressed in terms of another currency. Okay, Forex quotation or quote, a statement of willingness to buy or sell a currency at an announced rate. Yeah. So the quotation indicates the number of units of currency one. Okay, currency one we call it as base currency. Currency two we call it as the quote currency. Yeah. The first one is what we call numerator. Yes. This one, the first currency that you see is what we call numerator. Numerator. The second currency that you see based on the sequence is what we call denominator. So in the examination, if I ask you, calculate the percentage differences from the perspective of numerator, then I'm asking about the percentage change of USD. If I asked, okay, the opposite, the percentage change from the denominator currency perspective, I'm asking the percentage of euro. Okay? The formula we just modify based on which perspective that you're looking for. Okay, numerator or denominator. Alright? Okay. So, in this case, the exchange rate is USD 1.2174 per euro. So, if you exchange 1 euro during this particular time, you will get in exchange $1.22. For example, I round it off. Okay, for 1 euro, okay, when you convert based on this currency, when you convert to USD, you will get $1.22 per euro. Okay, so next, direct quote versus indirect quote. Okay, so far, any questions, class? Okay, so remember, you know, between quotation, it must be In one pair, it must be two currencies, currency A and currency B. The first currency that you see before the slash, you see, okay, is what we call numerator, and then the second one is what we call denominator. Okay. Once you know that the base currency and the quoted currency, now let's go to direct quote and indirect quote. Okay. Direct quote is when you see your own currency first. Okay? For example here, you can read this. Okay, on your own, but the simple terms is, if I'm American, okay, let's look at this. Okay, can I highlight? Let me check. Yes. Okay, let's highlight this. Let's focus on this. Why is different? Okay. I don't know why the 2 is missing over there. Just assume the whole thing. Okay. If I'm American, this one is direct quote or indirect quote? Direct quote. Because I see my currency first. Okay, it's quoted as numerated. Yeah. USD 1.2174 against euro. So for direct and indirect quotation, these two quotations are equivalent, one being reciprocal of one another. So for example, if you see euro first, okay, without, for example, euro 0.8214 against USD. So within only for this one, without 1 over, yeah, without 1 over. Where you see that USD as denominators, this one is indirect quote. This one indirect quote, kan? Me as an American. So I will see that, okay, euro 0.814 against USD. That's like indirect quote. So if I want to change this indirect quote to direct quote from the perspective of my home currency, I take it reciprocal. Reciprocal means that you change the opposite. Okay, meaning to say 1 over the currency pair quotation. Yeah, so then you will get USD 1.2174 against euro. Okay, as you can see, direct quote is a home currency of units of foreign currency. Home currency is foreign currency. Indirect quote is a foreign currency price of the unit of home currency. Foreign currency against home currency. Yeah. So in Paris, a direct quote will be euro. Yeah, euro. In New York, this one is our direct quotation, and the opposite. Yeah. So get familiar, this one direct quote or indirect quote. Yeah. Next, in the bank, quotes are given as bid price and ask price. So bid buy, ask sell. Yeah. So the price at which a dealer will buy another currency, ask price, the price at which dealer will sell another currency. So dealers bid or buy at one price and sell at a slightly higher price, making the profit from the spread, okay, between buying and selling prices. So class, this one also the red color, need to change it. I put bid for both, right? So when I checked this morning, I noticed that. Okay, so it's supposed to be asked. I'm sorry about the mistake. But if you download after 9 AM, then you get the recent one, so you don't have to correct that. But if previous, that is corrected. Okay, first you cancel the bids, change with points, and then this one from from bid you change to ask. Okay. All right. Next, bid always smaller than asked. So you can see here 1.1037 per USD. 1.1039, so 3739, slightly higher, not slightly higher. Okay, so the difference is 0.00000002, or we call it equivalent to 2 points. Okay, the difference is what we call spread. The spread is the one to determine the profit that earned by the parties. Okay. Okay, the difference between bid and ask price, and then you put here as profit. The bigger the spread, the bigger the profit, the larger or the higher the profit. Yeah. Okay, so this one, bid price and ask price. For first timer, in fact, I'm not the first timer also, I like to do this to make sure I don't make mistake. Until now, I still do this. Okay, but if you're familiar with it, when you see the quotation, you know which one to pick between bid price and ask price, you don't have to do this. But for me, I still like to do this. I like to do this to make sure that I'm on track. But sometimes you tend to get mistake as well, isn't it? Yeah? So first, okay, I take this example for Malaysian ringgit 4.1290 against USD, and then this one is for bid price, and then after that you get ask price 4.1330. As you can see, yeah, bid price is usually higher than ask price 4.1290, higher than 4.1320. Yeah, bid is the price that you're willing to buy, ask is the price that you're willing to sell. Okay, so once you understand that, bid, buy, ask, sell. Okay, once you get to know that, you split between the perspective of dealer and also client. For your calculation, class, for your calculation, you only need to focus on client. In the examination, you focus on this. Meaning to say, what I need to put perspective of dealer, because this is the first time, so I need to show it to you. Okay, after this, you just focus on the dealer section. Because you put yourself as an financial managers or maybe investors. Okay, meaning to say you are the clients, okay, of the dealer. Yeah? So this one, yeah? Bid price is when, okay, buy from dealer perspective, buy USD and sell Malaysian ringgit. Dealer is willing to buy $1 for Malaysian ringgit 4.1290. Yeah? Meanwhile, for client, bid price meaning that willing to buy Malaysian ringgit. Okay, client can receive Malaysian ringgit 4.1290 for selling USD $1. If you willing to sell that 4 ringgit, I'm willing to buy 4 ringgit. Meaning that because we need to close the transaction, meaning that one party need to sell, one party need to buy. That's it. For bid price. Same thing with ask price. So if you can determine this, it is the opposite. For example, if you determine this, it is the opposite, everything of this. Same thing with ask price. Ask is sell. Okay? So dealer is willing to sell $1 for 4 ringgit and 13 cents. Okay, 1320. Okay, meaning to say that if dealer willing to sell, then the opposite is you. Yeah, client can pay 4.1320 to purchase $1. It looks complicated, but actually it's not. Slowly and slowly. Yeah. And we have this in your tutorial question where you need to pick bit more. It's a good practice actually. Okay, to summarize, this one no need lah, this one no need. Okay, just I put here. I already mentioned, okay, always easier to refer back to the denominator currency from a dealer's perspective. So Malaysian ringgit against USD, Malaysian as numerator, USD as denominator. If we are Malaysian, so this one is direct quote or indirect quote? Direct quote, yes, very good. Okay, to convert the numerator currency to denominator currency, again, it's a reciprocal. It's just that you over 1 over the currency. However, common mistake is, yeah, if you check this class, can you check the previous slide? 4.1290 we mark as bid price. Check. Tapi what? Ask price. This one, pay attention. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I repeat. Just now, we refer back to the page, slide number. Okay, this one. Bid price 4.1290. Ask price 4.1320. Now, you want to change from Malaysian Ringgit against USD to USD against Malaysian Ringgit, which is you have to take reciprocal 1 over. If you just like, okay, if that's the case, 1 divided by 4.1290, then I get bid price for US. And then for this one, 1 divided by 4.1320 against USD, then you'll get ask price from the perspective of USD. Wrong. Wrong. Because you have to exchange the position. From us become bid, from bid become us. Why is that? Because bid always smaller than us. If you divide 1 divided by this, 1 divided by this, definitely this one is bigger than us price. That is wrong. Okay. Just now, previously, the last 2 slides prior to this, we divide this one as bid price, this one as ask price. Then we want to change the position from denominator to numerator, from numerator to denominator. So we need to say you have to 1 over the bid price, 1 over the ask price. But if you do it directly, wrong. You have to change. Okay, so I can see a few students nodding the head, so you need to say get my point, yeah? So then, by changing the position, the location from bid price to ask price and take reciprocal, from ask price to bid price, take reciprocal, then you can maintain this one is lower than this one. That is correct. This one, common mistake, because it's common mistake, we like that. Okay, so I just want to remind you this now. Yeah, I want to remind you this. So when you take reciprocal, so now Malaysian Ringgit as indirect quote. Okay, now Malaysian as denominator. So hence the quotation is 0.2420. Okay, this one is bid, and 0.2422. This one is ask price. Okay? Are you bored? Okay, rest. 10 minutes. It's too long. 5 minutes. Then we can continue the rest, yeah? We start at 135. We start 135. Okay, so before that, what is bid ask spread? Ask price is like slightly higher than bid price, which dealers make a profit from the spread of these two prices. So if you want to look from the perspective of denominator, okay, so the formula is ask minus bid divided by ask times 100. This one common mistake. Why common mistake? Usually students tend to write this formula. Ask minus bid divided by b. Can, because you just want to take the percentage difference. But in terms of bid and price, remember, I repeat one more time. Ask price minus bid price divided by ask price, not bid, yeah? Not bid, ask price. Then it times with 100. Then for numerator, so for numerator, yeah, so 1 divided by, because if you want to take the different positions of perspective, you always take reciprocal. Usually in currency, yeah, one you appreciate, the other one depreciate. It just like must be opposite, yeah. So 1 over bid price minus 1 over ask price divided is then you divided by 1 over bid price times 100. So this one, if you want to know the spread from the perspective of numerator. Yeah. So let's take a look at this from example. Okay. So this one is based on per British pound and per yen. Yeah. So home currency definitely USD. So since you can see USD, so definitely the USD is our home currency, and our foreign currency is British pound and also Japanese yen. Yeah. And for this one, there are two prices given: bid price and ask price. Yeah, for both pairs. And then you minus ask price minus bid price and ask price. So meaning to say that based on this formula, you want to look from the perspective of numerator or denominator? Huh? Denominator. So we want to know from the perspective of British pound and then from the perspective of Japanese yen. So when this one is simple maths, yeah. So simple calculation. So you can see that the percentage spread, obviously, the Japanese yen has larger spread compared to British pound against USD. Yeah. Next. So this one spread done. So this one okay lah, class. Done it lah. Yeah. And then change in spot rate. Percentage change in spot rate for, again, denominator versus numerator. Ending rate minus beginning rate divided by beginning rate times 100. So that one is for denominator. Numerator, beginning rate minus ending rate divided by ending rate times 100. Okay, class. The previous page, bid and ask spread, we want to know the difference between, the gaps, the spread between bid price and ask price. This one, the spot rate between two different periods. Nothing to do with bid price, nothing to do with ask price. Can you see? Is there any bid price and ask price? No, it's just that two different periods. For example, yesterday you check the rate. Today at 5 p.m., for example, then you check the rate is different. So you want to know the percentage change. So this is the one. Simple, but two different periods. So you want to know, at the end of the day, you want to know whether the currency appreciates or currency depreciates. Okay? So now, can you calculate the simple calculation for this? From USD $2 to $2.50 against British pound. So can you calculate? So I want to know from the perspective of denominator. So meaning to say that I want to know from the perspective of British pound. So which formula should I choose? The first one or the second one? Definitely the first one. Okay, calculate the percentage. This one is a simple one. Period 1, first period, USD $2 against British pound. Second period, after that, example that this one yesterday, this one today, it has changed from 2 to 2.5. So actually by looking at this, you know that USD depreciates, British pound appreciates definitely, but in terms of percentage that you want to find. Okay, by looking at this, you know it already which one appreciates, which one depreciates. But we want to know in terms of figures. So what is the answer? Why so lazy? Come on. Yes, you are the one looking at me. Give me the answer. Times 100, please. 200. Huh? 20. 20. Huh, 25%. So we need to say that British pound, it is said that British pound has appreciated against USD by 25%. I mean, that's simple interpretation, and without me saying it, I will make sure that you know how to interpret. So we need to say that since the answer is positive, it shows that denominator has appreciated. Yeah, so we need to say that British pound has depreciated against USD by 25%. But if I want to know the perspective from USD perspective, so we need to just opposite. So we need to say that USD has depreciated against British pound by 25% as well. Must be the same. Okay, but if you want to use the numerator, maybe sometimes like 24.9, 54.8, but still like difference. But this one definitely the same. Okay. So in the examination, should I ask this? So it depends on because it's super easy, can. So usually the last point. Yeah. Okay, spot potential. Okay, so professional dealers sometimes just quote the last few digits. This one just got the replace the last digits. It's only pay attention, but usually students don't. I mean, the more exercise that they do, they remember this. But I just want to remind, yeah, you can just replace the digits when it comes to spot rates, but you cannot replace the digits when it comes to forward rate. You want me to repeat? Okay, right. You can, for spot rate, you can simply replace the last digits for spot rate. But it's a big no, you cannot replace the digits, the last digits for forward rates. Forward rate cannot. There is a special calculation. You cannot replace the last digits. Okay, what does it mean by last digits? Okay, let's take a look at this. So initially, Malaysian ringgit against USD spot rate is 3.5354. Okay, and then when you see dash, meaning to 3.5380. So meaning that this one is bid price, this one is ask price, definitely. Again, bid price, ask price. Okay, what about the replace the digits? Okay, let's talk about this. During the day, the dealer may quote. Okay, the dealer, they don't. I mean, like for professional dealers, they don't write 3 point something. It's just that they replace the last two digits dash the last two digits, meaning that you replace. Yeah. So meaning to say, during the day, the dealer may quote to another dealer 68-98, meaning to say you replace bid 68, you replace this 54. 98, you replace the 80. So it becomes 3.8368-3.5398. So this is the new bid price and the new ask price. Understand? It's only applicable for spot rate. Don't do this for forward bid no. Bid no. Yeah? It means the current spot exchange rate at time, okay, I already mentioned on that, just repeat the last two decimal places. However, spot quotation is different from forward quotation. Meaning to say, I repeat one more time, you simply can replace. How to write forward rate? First, get familiar with forward points. Right. Is it this one? Yes. Let me check. This one. Yes, it is. Okay. Forward quotes are different and typically quoted in terms of points. Points in the last digit of quotation with conversion detecting the numbers of digit to the right of the decimal point. So this one, never mind, this one 1 pips. Okay, 1 point equivalent to 10 pips and so on. Okay, so now I want to mention about these points. Remember, 1 point is equivalent to 0.0001. Okay. Now, to find, for example, the forward rate is not given, and you have to find on your own. Remember, one more time, you cannot simply replace like spot rate just now. You have to check the difference between bid points and ask point. Just now, bid price, ask price. Now, bid points, ask points. Different, yeah? Different. The points is for forward. Okay? So, to determine whether you get to plus or minus. Okay? So, if bid, later we have example, but let's understand this one first. If bid points is less than ask point, you add the forward point from the spot rate. The current spot rate, yeah, the current spot rate, not the expected spot rate in the future, the current one. So, meaning to say, the formula would be spot rate plus forward points. However, if the opposite, bid points is more than ask point, you minus, yeah, subtract forward point from spot rate. So the formula should be forward rate equal to forward rate equal to spot rate minus forward points. Okay, now about the points. This one, this is the one. Do not replace. For example, forward points. Okay, I want to find forward rate. So we need to say I just replace 0.4750. This one 0.4880. No, don't do that for forward rate. I think this is my fifth time mention about this. So don't do that. Yeah? Because this one, usually we add this in the examination. you have to find the forward rate to add more marks in the calculation. Yeah? So, you have, remember just now, forward rate, you have different month maturity. 1 month, 2 months, just now we have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or even 1 year. Okay, so let's assume we have two different forward period, 1 month and 3 months. Okay, highlight this, 50 and 80. 1 month, big points, 50 points. 1 month, ask point, 80 points. Remember, 1 point is equal to 0.0001. That one is equal to 1 point. Now you have 50 points, you have 80 points. Then run it off. How many points? 0 something that you have. So, 50 points is less than 80 points. Am I right? We're talking about 1 month. So 50 is less than 80. Okay? So can you see this? Big point, just now 50 points is less than 80 points. So what you need to do, you have to add. So you have to add. So plus. Alright class? Okay, I'll repeat one more time. So we are talking about this. Let me highlight this, yeah? This one 50 points, big point 50, ask point 80. So 50 is less than 80, definitely. So back to the concept here, which big points is less than ask point because 50 is less than 80. So what we need to do? Add. Add. The spot rate add with forward points. Okay, so meaning to say that, so this is the spot rate for bid 0.4750 plus 50 point. Remember, 1 point equal to 0.0001. Now you have 50 points, so meaning to say 0.0050. So add this, then you will get this spot rate. Okay, then you have this spot rate plus the bid points, then you will get 0.8000 Aussie dollar against Malaysian ringgit. So this is forward rate bid. Forward rate bid. Second, asked. You need to find asked. Okay, again, ask point 80. Right, 80. So 80 points, this one 1 point, 0.01. Kalau 80, so 0.0080. So, since we're doing asked price, so take asked price 0.8030 plus 0.0080, then you will get 1 month forward rate asked. Any question? Okay, do the same for 3 months. In this case, 3 months. 50 points, bid points, 40 points ask point. Do you see that bid points is higher than ask point? So what we need to do? Minus. So we minus. Remember, this one plus because less. This one minus because more, higher. So you minus. Okay? So still using the same spot rate. You minus, excuse me. Then you will get two forward rates with 2 different maturity. 1 month forward rate ask, forward rate bid, and also 3 months for the same thing. Okay? Any questions so far? Right. Forward quotation may also be expressed as the percent percent per annum deviation from the spot rate. Yeah, this method of quotation facilitates comparing premiums or discount. So we need to say when you calculate, when you get the answer, then you determine whether it's a forward discount or forward rate. Okay, but I'm going to show you about the calculation later on. But this is the concept, yeah. So at the end of the day, you want to know whether the forward is forward premium or forward discount. The forward premium or discount percentage difference between the spot and forward. Remember just now you learned about the spread between bid price and ask price. Now the difference between spot and also spot rate and forward rate is what we call forward premium or forward discount. So the difference, yeah. Important to remember whether you are calculating for premium or discount for denominator or numerator currency. So meaning that if your answer is positive, forward premium. If your answer is negative, forward discount. Yeah. Remember to analyze. So now, this is how I calculate. Yeah, different textbook they use implied forward rate, okay, or they take the difference between differential. But this is how I calculate. So far, my answer is similar. Okay, with the implied forward rate style and so on. So I just keep, because I think to me I keep it simple. I don't like something rigid where you can get the same answer, but why you need to go for hazard? I mean that's how I do it, yeah. So maybe your different Miss Chin, she has a different slides because one student knocked my door and said that the difference and everything. I said this is I simplified. Where I can get the same answer, I choose the one that's simplified version. I mean that's me, yeah. So both also doesn't matter. Even previous lecture also, let's say you repeat the paper and then you prefer to use the slides from the previous lecture, go ahead. I have no issue with that. I'm okay with that, yeah. So now direct quote and indirect quote, yeah. So if, for example, when you look the pairs, the quotation, and you see that the home currency is quoted as direct quote. Yeah? So meaning to say that you can use this formula. Forward rate minus spot divided by spot times 360 divided by n. If you talk about monthly, so replace that 360 to 12. This one daily. This one based on daily, ya class? This one daily. Kalau monthly, so just simply 12 over n. If you talk about 4 months, so 12 over 4. This one daily, yeah? And times 100. So if indirect quote, yeah? If indirect quote, meaning that foreign currency against home currency, meaning that our home currency as denominator, then you use that spot minus forward divided by forward. Yeah? To determine the formula, you check your home currency. Okay, as a direct quote or indirect quote, but the interpretation based on the foreign currency. Okay, I repeat, to choose the formula, you look from the perspective of your home currency, but the interpretation from the perspective of foreign currency. So, for example, refer to slide 32, okay, 1 month period. So, 32, oops, this one. Okay, let's say you have this forward rate, we have spot, and then you have forward rate 1 month, 0.48 Aussie dollar against Malaysian ringgit, and then forward rate ask 1 month, 0.4910 Aussie dollar against Malaysian ringgit. Okay? Can you calculate this? Use this formula. Assume Malaysian ringgit is our home currency. You can assume Malaysian ringgit is our home currency. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, so first of all, which formula should we choose? First one or second one? Second one, am I right? Because as I said that, look from the perspective of Malaysian ringgit, this is assumed as our home currency, and then it's quoted as denominator, so indirect quote, so use spot minus forward divided by forward. Okay, so now you have bid price and ask price, just use just use bid. Use bid price. Bid prices for spot and also forward. No. I just want to do that. Later, next chapter 5. Sabar. Relax. I have. Okay, when we know which one to sell, which one to buy, then we can choose. But not for this chapter, okay? Please, not for this chapter. Next chapter, I'm going to show it to you when to use us, when to use me. Use bid, yeah, use bid. So for now, use bid. Next class, I will show it to you when you need to use us, when you need to choose bid. But for now, just choose bid only. Basic first. Do you get? Yes, 12.5%. Am I right? Do you get 12.5? Hello? No response? 12.5? Okay. What does it mean by that? Remember, the interpretation from the perspective of foreign currency. So, meaning to say, write it down, the interpretation, Aussie dollar, AUD, yeah? Aussie dollar is selling at negative. Negative 12.5. So, premium or discount? Discount. So, meaning to say your interpretation, Aussie dollar is selling at discounts against Malaysian ringgit. I repeat the interpretation. Once first, I ask you to calculate, and then you get negative 12.5. Am I right? Okay, then you justify or you interpret. Okay, the interpretation, Aussie dollar is selling at discount against Malaysian ringgit. Australian dollar, AUD, is selling at discounts against Malaysian ringgit. Okay, we're going to see this again next week. The formula we're going to when we calculate the second arbitrage, CIA, UIA. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this again, and by that time I will teach you when we need to choose bid, when we need to choose us. This time around, I only ask you to calculate this on bid prices. Okay. Now the cross rate, the last section before we go for arbitrage. Okay, cross rates. Many currency pairs are only inactively traded, so the exchange rate is determined through their relationship to a widely traded third currency. Okay, I write it down. Okay, the first, I ignore the numbers. I ignore the value. Okay, I just want to know the pair. So the first one is Japanese yen against USD. Right? So this is the first one. Second, Mexican peso against USD. So Mexican peso against USD. So I have first pair, second pair. From these two pairs, can I get third pairs? Yes, by using cross rate. Meaning to say, the repetitive one, yeah, I cancel, then I get the third one. This one, number 1, number 2, and number 3, meaning I able to get Japanese yen against Mexican Mexican peso. This is what we call cross rates. It is easy when you don't have bid price and ask price. To say complicated is not fair as well, because to me it's not that complicated as well. But I don't know how to express this. Maybe confusion, yes, but not that hard. Yeah, to my opinion, right? Okay, so a Mexican importer needs Japanese yen to pay for purchases in Tokyo. Both Mexican and Japanese are quoted in USD. Assume the following codes. So you can get the third code by using the cross rates. Okay, how to do that? Simply crossed. Okay, so A, B. So I label this Japanese as currency A, Mexican peso as currency B. Okay, I repeat. It just this how I label, so easy for me. All right. So if you're not familiar, you do this. Okay. First is since this one you can get the value. This one number 2 also you can get the value. Third you have to find on your own. Okay. We need to say you need to calculate. You cross the rate 2 and 1, and then you get number 3. So Japanese yen currency A. Mexican peso currency B. What is C? The repetitive one, the one that I cancel. The one that I cancel. So meaning to say, Japanese yen against Mexican peso is equal to Japanese yen against USD times USD against Mexican peso. Okay. Why I have to put 1 over? Can you see this? It means something like reciprocal. Okay. Then you check. First, Japanese yen against USD. Japanese yen against USD. Same sequence. No need to change everything. Take it as it is. So you take 101, 129. 101, 129. The formula wants us USD against Mexican peso. Check. Remember, yeah? Against Mexican peso. But this one, Mexican peso against USD, opposite. So you have to take the reciprocal 1 over this. Then you will get the third one, Japanese yen against Mexican peso, 5.5443. That's how you cross rates. This one without bid price and ask price. Ask price, bid price. This one a bit complicated. Complicated? I don't think so. I mean, like confused a bit for the first one. Is it my phone? Okay. Now, don't look at this formula. Okay, let's go for the example first. Okay, example. You have bid price and ask price, am I right? So remember this one, we need to say you replace the last 2 digits, yeah? So this one, bid price and ask price, you can do that forward, but you cannot now. So then compute Swiss franc against British pound cross rates. And then since you have bid price and ask price, meaning to say you have to do double for bid and for ask. So this one for bid and this one for ask. And then at the end you combine, then you get cross rates, bid and ask. Okay, now bid. First, okay, Swiss franc, buy right. All right. Where should I write? Okay, I write on the board. So since we want to know Swiss franc, CHF against, okay, I put the formula right away now because the space is quite small. Equal to CHF against USD, right? The big one. Yep, USD. Bit times, according to the formula, USD against British pound, bit. Right? Follow? Okay. Then check. Swiss franc, USD. USD, Swiss franc. Reciprocal. Right? Pay attention. 1 over USD against Swiss franc. Us. Don't write bit. This one common mistake. If you want to change everything. Reciprocal according to bit to us to bit. Okay, don't write bit. This one very common mistake. Us. Change everything. You see? If you not reciprocal, just bit. Everything bit. But once you take reciprocal, you have to change to us. Times. Okay, check. USD, British pound. Same sequence. USD, British pound. You don't have to change anything. No reciprocal. So write it down. USD, British pound. Bit or us, follow everything. Bit. Okay, right? So then you calculate, and then you will get for bit 2. You can write Swiss franc 2.4204 / British pound. You also can write this. I'm not that rigid. I don't mind either one. How you present is fine. Okay, so same thing with us. Since you have to take reciprocal, this one you cannot choose us. You cannot write us. You need to write bit. Okay, this one you don't have to change. So just maintain as us, and at the end you will get the cross rate for Swiss franc and British pound for bit and us. Okay, class. Okay, last one, triangular arbitrage. Okay, remember as you can, it happens also. Okay, I'm still there. This one also, it doesn't mean that either one you have to take reciprocal. Sometimes both sides also you have to take reciprocal, depending. Okay, even though the formula, I choose or, but it could be both sides also reciprocal for both, depending on the sequence of the pairs. Yeah? Okay. Now the last one, before we go for the last one, just a quick one. Any question, class? Okay. Silent. Okay, after this, I think we have to finish until 3 class. We cannot leave early. That's why I said when it comes to calculation, especially arbitrage. Next week also pun nanti may quite long. After that, we slow down a bit. Yeah, we will see lah based on our exercise later on. So the cross rates can be used to check on opportunity for intermarket arbitrage, triangular arbitrage, and arbitrage process involving 3 currencies transaction and make a profit on the discrepancies. Okay, so now you have 3 quotations from 3 different banks based on 3 different pairs. There is an opportunity that you can earn profit from this. The profit is what we call triangular arbitrage. So altogether you have 4. Triangular arbitrage, URA, CIA, and then locational arbitrage. That the 3, okay, we cover all next week. We only cover 1 for this one. Yeah? So usually this one in the examination may be more than 10 marks. More than 10 marks. Because there are a few steps, yeah, involved. So assume investor has 1 million USD, determine the value of arbitrage profit of this trading. Okay, highlight this class, highlight this, and write initial investment. Highlight this, 1 million USD plus, highlight this, highlight, and then write somewhere down, okay? Initial investment. Okay, right, initial investment. All right, let's go for the first step. First, I write it down. First, finding the benchmark. For triangular arbitrage, you can try and error. For example, you have euro first, maybe you convert to euro, and then you change to USD, and then you convert to British pound, and change back to euro. It could be that way. This is what we call try and error. The one that I show you in the notes is confirm profit. So you don't have to waste your time in the examination, try and error base. Okay? Textbook, definitely they choose. They give the example, try and error version versus the steps. So don't waste time for try and error when we have the methods. Yeah, not to say methods like the way, yeah? Not to say methods, yeah? So this one, confirm profit, so-called. It's just that the matter of a lot or small profit, yeah? So first, I write it down. First, finding the benchmark. You can refer to your next notes, but I just want to write it from here. So USD, first one against euro. Second, Berkeley Banks put USD against British pound, GBP. The third pair, Dresdner Bank, euro against British pound. Okay, you learned about the cross rate just now. So we want to find the benchmark for us for our cross rates. Remember, I asked you to circle the initial investment. What is the currency of the initial investment? USD. So I cancel whenever I see USD over there. So that is my first step. Okay, so your initial investment, I'm not talking about the amount, I'm talking about the currency, USD. So I cancel USD, so this is my benchmark for my cross rate. Okay, so this is my first step then. Okay, so since I repeat why we do this, why we pick the third one, because we don't see the USD over there. Okay, because USD is my initial investment. So then once you get this euro against British pound, then I use as the benchmark, so I bring it down as my cross rates. So the cross rates, okay, so step 2, find the cross rate. Euro against British pound based on our benchmark equal to euro against USD. Remember the A over C and then times C over V are same thing, yeah, same thing. Euro against USD times USD against British pounds, and then if you need to reciprocal, you need to reciprocal it. So the first one, it seems like you have to reciprocal. This one, no B and us. So easy, direct. Yeah, you don't have to choose which one, yeah? And And then times with USD against British pound, yeah, sequence, so take the whole thing, then you will get euro against 1.1721 against British pound. Okay, then from euro and British pound, euro and British pound, 1.1722. 1.1722. But when you calculate theoretically, the value should be 1.1721, not 1.1722. Different. The one quoted by the bank is different. The real value, or we call it theoretical. So we need to say that as an investor, if you can detect this, meaning to say that you can earn profit based on this discrepancy. By right, 1.1721, this one 1721. Meaning to say that there is no profit in that case, no different. You can make profit. Okay, how to make profit? First, you compare. Okay. So you compare, your calculation should be on your left. Why? Okay. All right. It looks it's too colorful, isn't it? But it's not that hard for this one. But when it comes to bid price and no price, and of course in the exhibition I will give you bid price and no price. Yeah. But practice makes perfect. Don't worry. Yeah. So your calculation in step 2 you put on your left, and then the quoted rate from the question you put on your right. Then you compare. All right. So now. So 1.1721 is less than 1.1722. So meaning to say euro is undervalued and British pound is overvalued. Meaning to say that it's undervalued from its intrinsic value, the real one. Yeah? So then, why you need to determine overvalued and undervalued, overvalued? To know the sequence. Which one should you sell first? Which one should you buy first? And after that, which one should you sell? Which currency? Okay, now write it down. The first and fourth, your initial currency. Write it down. Number 1, USD, initial currency. Initial currency. This one, USD. Remember, you have 1 million USD. So you start with USD, you finish with USD. Because at the end of the day, you want to know your profit in your home currency. So we need to say you start with USD, you finish with USD. Number 2 is overvalued currency. Write it down. Overvalued currency. Number 3, undervalued currency. So our overvalued currency is British pound. So number 2 is British pound. And then undervalued currency is euro. So meaning to say that euro is the third currency. Meaning to say I start with 1 million USD. I exchange for British pound. After I get the amount of British pound, I convert to euro. Once I convert to euro, I return back to USD, and at the end, I minus with my initial to determine my profit. Okay? Sell USD, buy British pound, and then you have the amount of British pound here. Then remember, you need to convert to euro. So sell British pound, buy euro, then you get the amount of euro, and then after that, you need to exchange back, return back to your initial investment in USD because this is your home currency. So sell euro, buy USD. So this one is useful for bid price and ask price. This one, bid price and ask price. Where the one that you learned before. the one that you learned before, is very important. This one. Remember just now, which one to sell, which one to buy. This is one. Okay. So then, remember the steps. US to British pound to euro, euro to USD. So same thing, US to British pound, you get British pound convert to euro, and euro convert to USD. So my initial 1 million divided by the last answer, and then this is my gain, my profit. Okay, so this one, for example, sell USD buy British pound. So this one between USD and British pound, USD and British pound, USD and British pound. So 1.5585. Okay, 155.85. Okay, USD, same location, both also at the front. So you need to divide. Then you will get British pounds, 641,642 and 61 cents. Bring it down. Okay, this one also another mistake that you tend to do. Students tend to start with 1 million every time. No, you have to carry the amount. It looks very simple, it does make sense, but of course, students still do this mistake. Okay? So then you start whatever the amount is. So meaning to say, if you pick wrong bid price and ask price from the beginning, it will affect the rest. So be careful, yeah? So then, British pound and euro. British pound and euro. From the question, British pound and euro. So you take 1.1722. You can see 1.1722. Usually I leave the blank here first. I write it down both, then after that I decide. And then this one, British pound at the front, British pound at the back, different location, front, back, pounds. Kalau front, back, divide. Okay? And this one, sell euro buy USD. So remember, whatever the answer for number 2, bring it down to number 3. And then from the question, 1.3297 USD against euro. So euro at the front, euro at the back. So front and back, different location. So you multiply. Then you will get this minus, then this is your gain. Okay, why is it called triangular arbitrage? Okay, because you can do the calculation like this. But personally, I like this. I like this method because I can show all the calculation. Yeah, this one student tend not to show the calculation. They only just triangular and then the answer without the calculation. So sometimes I cannot give marks. Sometimes I cannot give marks because you just give me the final. Okay, so you can see you start with 1 million and then you end with 1,112,000 and then this is your profit between these two. Okay, so in the examination, Miss, which one should I choose? This steps or this step? I'll leave it to you. But personally, I like this method. Choose either one. You don't have to do both. Don't waste your time to do this one and then after that draw the triangular or the different. Because this one I believe that it will take like another 5 to 10 minutes, right? So don't do that. Yeah, either one. Yes, good answer. Good questions. Okay, right. Can you do this? May I know how many of you have you done this? How many of you? Doesn't matter whether the answer is wrong or right, but how many of you? Not yet? No? Okay. Okay, before I proceed with the exercise, because I'm not sure whether how long it will take. So meaning to say that you finish chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. No need to remind me, I remember. Okay, so meaning to say you can start do your revision for your tasks. Talking about tasks, the date never change. I already in negative week 1, I already uploaded in Weibo. So don't tell me that you don't know. Okay, so task 25th July 2024 during lecture time, week 6. Okay, so 12:30 to 2 p.m. So you just wait outside. So my colleague and I will arrange all this. I think I already asked the NGO. This one for 325 students, and then we only have 98. So definitely that I don't have to book another venue. Okay. So replacement task is not allowed. Definitely no. I don't entertain. I don't entertain. Okay, so I will upload this lah. Okay, I will upload this later or maybe tomorrow. Don't worry. So no excuse will be entertained just because you have too many tests. Why I upload this? Because there are a few students lah before. Miss, change the date now because that day you have so many. No, I don't. I proceed. Okay. So the task is an individual task consisting 5 compulsory questions, 3 essays, and 2 calculation. Calculation, I think you can do it. Essay, that's my strongest point. That's something that I'm proud of. Okay, calculation usually I straightforward lah. I'm not that type like very very tricky one. So in the examination, I think you're safe like in terms of calculation. But I don't know lah. You see first for my midterm test, and then you decide whether maybe it's easy, but for me that you cannot get from the notes. You have to think and justify. Give your opinion. So meaning to say, but the good thing is, when we talk about your opinion, mean that it doesn't mean that there is a wrong, there is a right answer. I just want to know how you deliver your opinion in the piece of paper. Yeah. So topic 1 and 2, 4, meaning to say we already finished this. Structured question, 3 essay, 2 calculation. No formulas are provided. Okay, memorized. Why you so loud? Is there any issue? Okay. So you must write your answer on the question paper given to you. I mean that I give you the question and then the empty space now. So you don't have to bring your own paper. If more paper is needed, please notify the invigilators on duty. It is strictly prohibited to bring your own paper to the test venue. I'm very particular in that. The moment I see it, okay, then that's it for you lah. Yeah. So material permitted in the task, basic stationery and calculators only. So this one okay lah. This one you can read on your own later. Okay, okay, this is my style. I don't like something like this. For example, you say not acceptable. I don't accept that. Big no for me. It's okay, point forms, but proper sentence. Don't expect me pass on risk. You want to pass what? What risk? Okay, proper sentence. So not to say compare. I'm not comparing. It's just that, for example, students say, Miss, do I need to write in paragraphs? You can, but I like point form better actually, because I'm not miss out any points. But if you prefer paragraph, go ahead, because I don't limit the way you want to write, yeah, how you write. But don't put simple something like this. Proper sentence, even though in point forms. Yeah. So for calculation questions, student must answer in detail by showing all working clearly in answer script. If you use financial calculator, you are required to write all the inputs on the answer script. Marks will be awarded for the clarity and logic of the arguments. Okay. So any question about the test? Week 6 over here. Okay, so you just wait outside. By 12:15, I will allow you to enter the venue lah, and then you start the test at 12:30. Okay, so all right, that's all. Let's do the exercise. Okay, ready? Don't be lazy, come on. Too much, isn't it? I know it's too much, but what to do? Okay, because it's covered. Because if you cover this, you can start practicing before your final for written test. Could be. Could be. Okay, so Michael, specialize. Write it down as always. Write it down your name. Okay, so write it down and you can leave, yeah, no worries. Okay. Michael specializes in cross-rate arbitrage. He notices the following codes: Swiss franc per USD, Australian dollar per USD, and Australian dollar per. Okay, and then Australian dollar against Swiss franc. Ignoring transaction costs, does Michael have an arbitrage opportunity based on these codes? If there is an arbitrage opportunity, what steps would he take to make an arbitrage profit, and how would, again, right? If he has 500,000 USD available for this purpose, this one 50 marks. This one final exam. I took it from final exam. 15 marks, what? 15 marks. But it's an old one, I think 2014, something like that. It's quite old. Okay? So now, since you have bid price and ask price, and then the example just now without bid price and ask price is a single quotation. So that one is rather easy compared to this. This one also not that hard, don't worry. Just that you have to pick whether it's bid or ask. Meaning that you have to be alert. Yeah? So what is the first step? Miss, what is the first step? Finding the okay, finding the initial investment, which is in this case USD. So after that, what we need to do? Finding the benchmark. Okay? Okay, do it now. Seems like you are waiting for me, isn't it? Okay lah, since I'm quite generous, let's do this. I'm not sure if I have it or not, but let's see. I think I have. Oh yes, we have. Okay, so first, find the exchange rate with USD, investment value, and set the benchmark. Okay, write it down. The first one is Swiss franc. Okay, so the first one is Swiss franc against USD. Second one, the pair Aussie dollar USD. Third one, Aussie dollar against Swiss franc. All right, so which one should you choose for our benchmark? 1, 2, or 3? 3. Okay, so this one, as you can see, we have USD. So cancel USD, I cancel. This one also I cancel, so meaning to say I choose this. Oops. Benchmark. I know you are tired, I can see that, me too. But just take your 10 minutes more. Okay? Right. Second step, finding Mr. Cross rate. Very good. Finding cross rate. Okay, I'm ready the steps for you. Okay, now, since we're talking about bid and ask, you only need to choose either one to compare. So that's why I put here or. Either you focus on bid, find the cross rate, or you focus on ask, finding the cross rate. Don't waste your time finding both. Either one. Okay, let's say since bid always comes first before ask. Okay, so I focus on bid. Okay, so since this is our benchmark, Aussie dollar against Swiss franc, so this one Aussie dollar against Swiss franc. So the pair, remember Aussie dollar against the repetitive currency, bid times Aussie dollar USD against Swiss franc bid. Okay, right. Next, can you calculate the cross rate list? 2 minutes. Can you calculate the cross rates? This one you will get AUD 1.8215 against USD. Okay, then USD against Swiss franc, you have to take reciprocal, am I right? Okay, so then signed. So one, here you have to take the AST, CHF 1.5975 against USD. Okay, then you get Aussie dollar 1.1402. Is it correct? Okay. Allah, everyone is copying lah without doing. I don't like it. Do it, please. Don't do that. Okay, do it together. Okay, now, okay, I will do the steps and then you do the rest. Since I can see that everyone talking, playing the phone, you are not concentrating, so I'm not that anymore. Okay, so then what you have to do, so compare, remember, the cross rate on your left, the theoretical one, and then on your right from the questions. Excuse me. So I copy, and then I will take this. Am I right? So I don't use asked, so I just ignore asked for now. But if you want to compare based on asked, go ahead. But I just focus on bid only. So then, based on this, as you can see, 1.1402 against Swiss franc. So this meaning to say which one is overvalued, which one is undervalued, class. Okay, undervalued first. Which currency? Aussie dollar. So AUD is undervalued and overvalued is Swiss franc. So what is the path? USD and exchange for, the path, remember? USD to Swiss franc, from Swiss franc to Aussie dollar, and then you finish with USD. Very good. So this is the path. USD to Swiss franc to Aussie dollar to USD. So meaning to say, sell USD, buy Swiss franc, sell Swiss franc, buy Aussie dollar, and then the last one, sell Aussie dollar and buy back the USD. So this one, the colorful one, the yellow, green, and also blue, is the one that you need to pick, bid price or ask price. Okay, so I write it down. So this one, the question mark, maybe you can snap and do at home. Okay, so I do the color, the steps. First, sell USD, buy Swiss franc. Sell USD, buy Swiss franc. And then sell Swiss franc, buy Aussie dollar. And then this is the step. Sell Swiss franc, buy Aussie dollar. And then this last one, sell Aussie dollar, buy USD. Sell Aussie dollar, buy USD. Remember, the question started with, where is it? USD 500,000. So meaning to say, I write it down. USD 500,000. Right? And then this one, Swiss franc against USD, isn't it? Swiss franc against USD. So this one you have to do on your own. So remember, which one to buy, which one to sell. Okay, I give you the answer. The answer here is 1,394.73. Okay, so this is the answer, class. 1,394.73 cents. So meaning to say, okay, for example, since we are talking, I will show you first first steps here. So since USD and Swiss franc, so USD and Swiss franc. So, I will do, let me help you then. Bid is buy Swiss franc, and then sell USD. And then sell Swiss franc and buy USD. Okay, so I just do the client section, and then after that you can see that sell USD. Okay, you refer to your notes, I refer to this. So sell USD, buy Swiss franc. So bid price or ask price? This one, yellow. Sell USD, buy Swiss franc. Bid price or ask price? Bid price. Okay, yellow color, bid price. So I'm going to use this, copy, because it's matched with the sell USD, buy Swiss franc. Sell USD, buy Swiss franc. This one, buy USD, sell Swiss franc. Okay? Then I will choose this, copy, and then write it here. Okay, then I check this one, different location. So plus or times or divide? Times. That's it. And then you will get the answer. And then in this case, you get 798,550. Then remember, take this amount, A amount, to B steps. And then do the rest. Now, Aussie dollar and Swiss franc. So Aussie dollar and Swiss franc, meaning that you need to do the quote number 3. Then choose which one, sell Swiss franc, buy Aussie dollar, and do the rest. Okay? Until you get the answer, 1,394.73 cents. Okay, so it's your homework. Do the rest. All right? Boleh, I already give you the final answer, and then you only need to do step B, step C, and then lastly minus the arbitrage to get the profit. Yeah. Okay, so this is for your QR code. I know it's too much for today, but yes, at least you can do your revision from now on. All right, so this is it 11? Yep. Okay, once you scanned, so I will see you again lecture next week. But remember, for tutorial Monday class, due to public holiday, remember tomorrow you have replacement tutorial, yeah? 12:30 to 2. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you very much. You may leave.